Okay, I'm rolling here.
We're also here at Arlington, and I've got an organization called NoJuryNoJustice.org. And in Virginia, Virginia leads the nation in lack of justice. In the past 9 years, according to the Chief Justice's report of 2008, it said that there was a nearly 70% decline in jury trials in Virginia from 1999 to 2008. Okay? Nationwide, the average is a 24% decline. Back in 2004, the National Center for State Courts in Williamsburg, that gets all sorts of big government grants, and it looks at court management all across the country. They reported there was a 24% decline in jury trials across the country and a 50% decline then in the preceding decade. So it's increasing from 50% decline to a 70% decline over a period of time that overlaps. But nonetheless, Virginia is the worst state in the nation as far as that goes. Now, why a jury is so important is that the Founding Fathers considered a jury to the judge like the House is to the Senate, necessary to balance the natural elitism of the smaller select body. All right? The jury, we talk about the fact that we have the greatest democracy in the world. Well, we don't have a democracy, we have a representative republic. The only place that we have a democracy under this Constitution for the United States of America or the Constitution of Virginia is in the jury. Because a jury is when you and I have a direct vote in what the law is and how it's applied. And in a jury, you can tell the legislators who are elites saying, no, I don't think that law is a good law and it's not going to apply here today. Now, that doesn't nullify the law for everybody, but it says in this case, in this courtroom, it doesn't apply. And they can also say, Judge, I don't care what your opinion was in the Roe versus Wade decision, or I don't care what your opinion was in Atkins versus Virginia. It's not going to apply in this case, in this courtroom today. We, the people, are the ones who are sovereign and set the laws. And no, it doesn't apply. In Supreme Court, spelled with a small s, as it is in Article 3 in the Constitution, we don't accept your opinions. We, the people in this jury, set the law in this case on this day, and that's the way this Constitution establishes a democracy, the only place. And also, the grand jury, you are able to go to the grand jury and say, this elected servant is not doing his job, bring an impeachment proceeding or bring an indictment against him. If it's a felony, you can bring an indictment. And so we, the people, have to start exercising our jury rights if we are going to reclaim this republic that our Founding Fathers gave us. For whatever it's worth, I had a jury trial here, and days before the jury trial, my computer died. So I asked for a continuance. So then all four of the judges disqualified themselves. They brought a retired judge in who then dismissed my case. I then was in another case. I came back here, and there was a man contesting a speeding ticket, and he lost, but I learned from him, and then I did a jury trial down in Roanoke County, and the things I learned for a speeding ticket, I was able to beat the speeding ticket. So, because they knew that that police officer was giving me a fraudulent ticket because he didn't like a sign that I had in the back of my pickup truck, and he was violating my First Amendment rights. And juries know when the policeman's lying and when the prosecutor is corrupt and not doing things right. And throughout the justice system here in America, you will see that the jury is often the one who gives justice. Studies from the Bureau of Justice Statistics shows that 61% of the time, 62% of the time, the judge rules for the plaintiff, whereas the jury rules for the plaintiff 49% of the time. 49%, 50%, that's roughly equal. But you can see the bias of the judges is almost 13% over what is even. So that figure from the U.S. Justice Department Bureau of Justice statistics shows the bias of judges. Those are just a few things. Demand a jury. Yes, it's going to slow down the system, but you know what? Justice isn't supposed to be a railroad job. It's supposed to be justice. Thank you.
Good.